Say my jokes all over again?
No. That might not make the cut.
Let's go with the B-roll. That's the B-roll.
B-roll. We are back yet again. Thank you guys for kicking with us again. And today, got my boys with me. What's up, Gabe?
What up?
Say what's up, you-hoo.
What up?
Wait.
What's up, Stu, man? Yeah, I got Stu with me.
I was about to say, where'd you come from?
I know. I was looking at him. He was just like staring. I was like, wasn't trying to break out. I was like, I'm going to make Stu more uncomfortable right now.
Yoo-hoo. I love yoo-hoos, though.
He was just looking too. He was just gazing in my eyes. I couldn't.
Gazed and confused.
Whoa. That was deep, dude.
Yo, introduce yourselves, man. Let them know. Let the folks know who you are, where you're from, and tell them about VXAK because that's why we're kind of here today.
Yeah, I guess I'll start and then I'll let Stu carry on so you can bring him to the VX. My name is Gabriel Rivera. Is it ASL, like H6 location? Or I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. It's the whole IM days.
I'm actually originally from Puerto Rico. I was raised in Miami, Florida, and I've been in Juneau, Alaska since 2016. And I met Stu I think then. 2016. So I've known Stu since pretty much I moved here. Kind of hung out a little bit, and the past couple years have just been super fruitful on all scenarios.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I'm Stuart. You go by Stewie. And
Wood.
Stuart Wood. And I am from Alaska, born in Juneau, hometown of Haines. And I have been running VXAK since 2014. Skating since 2002.
Damn, it's a minute, man. Shit.
I've been skating for like 20 years, since 2001 at least.
You old bitch.
Minimum.
You old bastard.
Fucking couple watch.
No, I'm 21. I started when I was like 12 months old.
Oh, okay.
I'm 22 depending on the day.
Oh. You depend on how your liver feels?
Yeah. I don't know. This weekend I've been like 22, 23 all weekend. So
look at you grinding.
I know. But yeah, dude, I've been skating for about 20 years, and actually VXAK is my first big project that I've worked on. So it's cool to be a part of it. Yeah. You should talk about VX a little bit.
Okay, well, when I first moved to Juneau in 2014, we're back to Juneau, I should say, I found a job at a local board shop called Sequence. And while I was working there, we had started filming for this basically this skate shop video with a VX 2100, the same model that I'm still using today. But after that spring and summer, we all skaters and I that were riding for the shop, we all kind of moved on. I became a bartender, and I don't know, just a lot of small town skate shop politics and bullshit kind of went down, and we wanted to keep going. We wanted to keep filming. We wanted to keep, making videos, and so we just kind of decided to do our own thing. And to be honest, for the next 4 years until 2018, we were, taking it seriously, but not really taking it as seriously, I guess, as we are now with it. And after an accumulation of about 4 years of footage, we came out with our first video, self-titled VXAK.
Right.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
So you can check it out on YouTube.
It's on our Instagram.
Yep, it's free.
And that's funny enough, actually, where we got the name VXAK, because originally it was just going to be the title of our first film. And after doing so, and then deciding and realizing that I wanted to keep doing this, and that I wanted to make this more of a thing, whatever you want to call it, a project, a company, a brand. I just kind of decided to stick with VXAK because I just kind of liked it. And
it kind of grew its own entity.
Yeah.
It became its own entity throughout the process over time.
Mm-hmm. It became exactly that. It became a brand. It became a project name. It kind of became my, alter ego, my my alias, I guess.
Do you introduce yourself like that? Yo, what's up? I'm VXAK.
Well, for instance, in this last video in Voodoo, my name isn't even in it. I didn't make a film by Stuart Wood, which is what I did in the first video. It's just VXAK.
Right.
Because I kind of want it to be like that. I want VXAK to be me. I want VXAK to be them. I want like VXAK to be us kind of thing. It's kind of a collective. It's kind of a...
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I have first part and I didn't even notice that at all.
Yeah.
That's pretty G.
And I don't know. It's just kind of, like I said, with the skate shop thing in it, and kind of moving on from those like kind of those skate shop politics. What's great about having like this independent project is that there's not really any boundaries for who we can and can't skate with, including all these dudes up north, including, there's these two board shops in town. There's skaters that skate for one and the other. I go up north and there's dudes who are skating for the board shops up there. There's dudes who have sponsors for like particular brands that technically can't skate and be in a part of a project that consists of another project,
a similar brand
that
or
conflicts
something
with their sponsorship per se. And so VXAK being this independent project is basically what I've been calling it, because I don't want to really subject myself to anything specifically, mostly for that reason.
Staying out of the politics, and I mean skateboard politics, just like everything else has politics.
And that's what I think when I think of like skateboard or like counterculture or alternative like culture. Is just like it is like after the establishment. That's what podcasts came. It was like I don't want to freaking keep going to these same sources, these paradigms of media, whatever. Like
exactly.
I can get like different information from these other sources, and it can be just as valid. So I mean, I was about to ask you too. I was like, what is the skateboard politics? I was like, but when you start bringing in the brands, I'm like, oh okay, and they're really kind of pigeonholing you, like what you can kind of do.
It's like any other kind of type of sponsorship that you got to deal with. All the if you write for this board, well then you can't do videos for that board,
right?
Or X or Y. But I think the way that Stu's doing it and the way that we've it's evolved, it's basically not only its own entity, but it's grown recognition all throughout Alaska that's propelled us to get to those areas as well. Like, it's not like we just took the initiative. It's like it was already sought after. People were already interested in what we were doing down here. And then in Alaska, nobody was doing what Stu's doing. What we were doing with VXAK or what Stu was doing with VXAK, nobody else was really doing that. So we weren't bringing people together through a board company or a shop. It was like this
we're just doing
title.
This thing.
It's like it's Stu, and then like you said, it became his own, like his alias, like VXAK, VX because it's the VX 1000, and then AK because it's Alaska, right? And all like it just kind of fit super well, and like
it's a VX 2100.
2100, yeah.
To be technical.
Yeah. No, but right. So the first two and then the two of AK, and they just kind of like fit super well. And it literally from that I just bloomed and flourished, and it's grown such a big movement, not just from Juneau here, but also in places like Haines, Anchorage, Fairbanks, even in Wasilla, like in between both. Like people just kind of like, what? You guys are the VXAK guys, dude? Go, let's skate. Like people reach out to us.
We took a trip up to Anchorage for our first times in August this last year, and all these dudes that were in town for this premiere that were like in the video and stuff were all from just that 2-week trip that we took to Anchorage and Fairbanks.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
we got there and like hit up. I think it was the Blue and Gold skate shop guys, and they made this little post for us just to say that we were there, and like if anyone was trying to get clips with us, like hit us up, kind of thing.
Yeah,
we had no idea how like.
Well, the kind of
it's almost hard to see
like the feedback.
It's funny to say this, but it's like it's almost crazy how many people like knew who we were and like saw our first video, and how fucking stoked they were that we were there, kind of thing. And like they were like dudes were like hitting us up. We're like, yo, I'm taking the day off of work. Like I'm gonna show you guys around. Like we're gonna get clips. We're gonna go skate. Like. Blah blah blah. I got like all these dudes just like showed up like out of the woodwork. Like we like dudes who we've like followed on Instagram, maybe some dudes that we hadn't known yet, and
it is. We had no idea the kind of reception we were going to receive going up there, and like it was so overwhelming to begin with. Like it was insane, and like that was just in Anchorage up to by the time we got to Fairbanks, it was like we were cruising around Fairbanks, and we probably had about like 40 people following us.
Yeah,
like just skating through like UAF. and just like going spot to spot, just like
Just
like, bro, at the skate park, like all of a sudden, boof, 40, 50 heads. You know, like it was just insane, and we had no idea. We just drove up there. You know, like,
and basically after that, it was just like, man, we should just keep doing this and like just keep kind of, I guess, trying to. Alaska's such a huge place. You know, all these cities are like, you know, a couple hour flights away kind of thing, or like driving from Anchorage to Fairbanks is like a 7-hour drive or something.
Yeah, 7.5. Yeah, 7.5.
And it's like there are all these communities like have skaters. You know, I think one of the cool parts about like VXAK is like we're like doing this like Alaskan skateboarding thing. A lot of people don't realize that they're skating up here. It's a snow sport state. You know?
I think with this VX thing, which is what's making it the most remarkable thing, and what's making it like really stand out and amazing of Alaska's, Alaska's like 4 times the size of Texas. Like literally, like it can fit.
It keeps growing. Every time I hear that number, like, we're twice the size.
I think it's like,
we're 4 Texas.
I think it's like 3.5 or something like that. But still, like, dude, Alaska can like fit almost across the entire United States, including the Aleutian Islands. But what I'm getting at with that is that there hasn't been a company or like anybody like trying to unite all of Alaska under this like one thing. Which not that we're trying to do. But it did that in and of itself.
Right, just naturally.
You know, just because of how passionate we are about what we're doing.
Right.
And what we've brought to the table, nobody else is doing that in Alaska.
Like the fact that these dudes all came in for the premiere was like fucking awesome.
The reception, dude.
There's a lot of folks.
Literally,
out
there was like
cool.
7 or 8 dudes who came. All of them, first time in Juneau.
Yeah.
Wow.
First time in Juneau.
Handful of the best skaters in the state of Alaska.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and these are different acreage.
Big deal. It was dope.
You know, I mean, that's just, Bart Sport Shop in Fairbanks, like that dude is just like beyond, like another place that set up a premiere for us. We have a premiere now coming up with the VXAK tour. Which I don't know, Stu, do you want to talk about the VXAK?
Sure. I mean, is there any like questions that should we just keep rambling?
Yeah, man, no, I'm with it.
Cool.
You guys are on your whole like field of dreams type shit right now. Like literally, you're like,
man, that's the thing about VX is that it's still so new and it's evolving right now that there's like so many aspects. And I think Stu's lately been trying to hone down on the aspects of what he wants that VXAK to touch.
Right.
So
it is like becoming this thing that like I need to actually. Like I kind of had to like make that decision is like, is this just, just kind of like a whatever project, or do I want to make this like more of like a kind of a,
and so it's,
I don't know, like I'm still kind of like a little bit of loss of words to say where I want to go with it kind of thing.
Well, me having had Fourth Coast and other, like I've had Anomaly Unlimited, which is a clothing company. I've done Fourth Coast and other things like Stu's, like his interest in it. I've seen it go from just like, oh, cool, I'm just going to film everybody to like, yo, how do I get a business license? How do I, and it's becoming to a point where it's like serious and it has like the potential to really be something really big for Alaska for this type of community.
Right.
Nobody's doing anything like this for the skateboard community. Right. There's like a snowboard community, there's the hiking community, there's the camping community, the kayaking community, right? All these different aspects. They have their own little communities. Well, right now, like what's pushing the skateboard community in all of Alaska, which again, massive state, it's really to be able to connect with these people is like 8 times the size of Texas. It's what connecting with these people is like gnarly, and the fact that we have been and the kind of like reception that we've gotten from that, it's beyond, like I said, overwhelming is just almost kind of the word to put it. Yeah. But like Stu's kind of like I said, like honing down to the point where, man, do we do like boards? Do we do clothing? Like, and he's just trying to focus on, do we do art? Right, like different aspects on what to touch with, his project, because like it's kind of grown into this thing where it's not just, cool, let's film for a couple hours a day. It's become something that people like look after, like people sought out and want to know what's happening with it.
Yeah.
So it's genuinely grown its own kind of a following that people wouldn't even know that Stu's the guy from VXAK, but it's still a thing. It's a mystery, but people still know about it.
We'll blur your face out for the whole like.
Dude, that'd be sick. Like Banksy, we're just Banksy. Like.
My voice is like. But I guess we can touch on the tour. So this is also really exciting. So just on Friday, however many days ago that was now, 4 or 5 days ago, we did the first premiere of our latest video, Voodoo.
Stop. Yeah, dude, that was sick.
And that was really cool. We did that at the drive-in theater here, and huge screen, huge turnout. We had a after party at the bar with the Psychotics, a local punk band, and that was just it all fucking worked out. And then, like I said,
Steve Knight podcast documented the entire thing.
I saw it. I did. Seen all the footage yet. I'm super stoked.
Thank you.
But aside from all of that business, we have 2 other premieres coming up and a tour out of it as well. I think a 10-day trip that we're doing.
Is it 10 days?
It's 10 days.
Fuck.
So we are Flying to Anchorage, getting a car, driving it to Fairbanks immediately, premiering it there at a hidden secret place called the Cardboard Castle. We haven't.
Sounds so sketchy, dude.
You guys will never figure it out.
No, dude. Gabe and I know about it from like social media, from clips. Get this, it's like a barn that some dude bought and installed a half pipe. Like it's like the entire inside of the barn is a fucking half pipe. And this kid, this like high school dude that's like shreds up there is like has this like crazy like thrash punk band, and his band's gonna play there. And that's where the premiere is gonna happen. Yeah. And we're also gonna be there for like 3 or 4 days to like not just premiere the video, but also to like film and just to shred and just to hang out with the bros and for the next video project, for the third video. Drive back to Anchorage by the 24th-ish, 23rd, and premiere at a skate shop in Anchorage called Blue and Gold on the 25th. And same story with Anchorage as well. We're going to be there for an extra like 4 or 5 days as well, just to fucking film and to bro down with the guys, and all for the next project kind of thing. And
I just want to shout out to Bart's Board Shop, which is the spot in Fairbanks, who is setting up the premiere and everything for us. Literally, we're just like, we want to premiere up there, and he took it into his own hands.
He's our boy.
Boom, done, son. He's already doing. So coincidentally, I don't think he mentioned it, but. No. June 21st, which is the premiere in Fairbanks. Not only is it summer solstice, but it's also Ghost Skateboarding Day. Yeah. So, and that's been like that for almost like closer to a decade. Mm-hmm. And so one of the longest days of the year, Fairbanks, I think, has like 22 hours of sun. And so he was already doing an event for it. And then when we mentioned that we wanted to do a tour for the VX premiere, he compensated it into the event he was already doing. And now like his event's like even tenfolded, because like people are just like so much looking forward to this Alaska skateboard video. It's gonna be tight,
dude. That sounds awesome. That sounds like
it's gonna be kind of wild, dude.
Like, people could like really get a hold of and want to come just to skate like all day, because I mean, there's only certain places on the planet where you could actually do that.
Yeah, and apparently he's been doing it for the past like handful of years. And
the June 21st thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Gabe was saying like when I hit him up about it, he was like fucking stoked. He's like, dude, we'll just make Voodoo like kind of like the center. Like we'll do all of our shit, go do the video event, and then like skate all night kind of thing. And I was like, that's I can't ask for much more than that, man. That's fucking awesome.
Well, skate all night, skate all day, dude. It's like 22 hours.
Skate the rest of the day.
Skate the rest of the day.
That's like the wildest thing, man. Like every day, I'm like waking up at 3:30, like,
it's awesome.
Why did I not put
and we get
and already coming out.
And Fairbanks gets like I was just looking at they get like 4 or 5 more hours than we do. Bro, it's fucking gnarly.
Dude, on Solstice it's 22 hours, so literally sunrise is at like 2 a.m. and sunsets at like midnight.
Yeah, it's dope.
22 hours, bit.
So that'll be really cool, and I'm really excited to like tell people and that a third project is on the way. Since I've been back from this winter, we've been getting at it, filming for the next project, and since like this premiere tour officially kind of started here, and all these dudes have been here, we've been like just fucking skating and filming our asses off for this for the next project, like
everybody was sore today. Literally everybody was just like, nah, we're not skating,
dude. And that's like saying a lot. We're saying a lot that no one wants to skate.
We're not coming to the pod. No, we're no skateboarding for like 24 hours.
I'm like trying to go to work, I'm like like behind the bar, like
haggard.
Like everyone thinks I'm like all hungover, but really I'm just exhausted.
Say no, I need an ice bath.
And honestly, I think what's wild about this is not only is like one, nobody really done anything like this in Alaska, but the fact that we've like, when you think about habitable Alaska, it's like kind of Fairbanks is kind of like, all right, once you pass that, you're like getting to the Arctic, and like there are people and villages out there, but we're pretty much touching the extent of like the biggest cities in Alaska between Juneau, Anchorage, Fairbanks, and the populace of all of Alaska, which is less than 1 million people. We're already networking with half of those. Like half of that. So
I think that what we're trying to achieve, like for the future, like I think one thing is that we definitely want to reach every fucking point that Alaska has to offer, because I know that there's like skateboarding communities in just about every town, even if it is just like a dude or two. Yeah. And I'd love to do like a Southeast Alaska tour. I know that like there's places like Homer and Girdwood, and
on the ferry if the
Yakutat,
government can
Nome
sponsor
and
it.
Kodiak and all these fucking Palmer and shit, you know, like there's all these places that I know there's got to be a handful of skaters there, and if not, we'll just, you know,
we'll be the skaters there.
We'll be the skaters there. You
Yeah,
know what
we'll
I'm
be
saying?
there, and we'll
skate your fucking town.
We'll skate your shit.
And promote your town.
Palmer.
Shred it a little bit. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
But so that's definitely
Petersburg.
In the future. We want to be there. You know what I mean? We want to go to your town and we want to skate and we want to meet you guys and we want to make just like what we're doing with what we've said. Just that, like all of this shit that we've been talking about is literally from 3 fucking cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Alaska is 12 times the size of Texas.
Facts.
Facts.
You know, it's like there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit going on out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Haines. There's like 2,000 people there, and like a handful of us grew up skating there.
Yeah,
that's a tiny fucking town, and there's all these tiny little towns all over the place. I know there's got to be skaters out there. And I'd love to meet them. I'd love to film them, and I'd love for them to show us around their local skate spots.
Dope that people just in general, because I mean, I'm not from Alaska. I'm from Florida. You know, raised. Steve, I don't think you're.
No, I'm from Maryland.
Right, Maryland. Yeah. Well, Stu's from Haines. Stu's from Haines, but I mean, realistically speaking, like a lot of people just have this idea and this interpretation of like Alaska and what they perceive it to be, but it's just like anywhere else. And so I feel like skateboarding recently has come into the limelight very heavily into like the mainstream, not just through the Olympics or, you know, like do tours and all these other contests, Street League and everything. But the fact that people like looked still like now their idea of Alaska and then, skateboarding being there, a lot more people know about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what, skateboarding in Alaska? Impossible. No way. What are you skating on glaciers?
Yeah,
and it's, you know, like... Maybe we are. So what, dude? Yeah, it's dope. Dude. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you wish you could too,
I was in the ice caves drinking a beer, skating, and you're in a trade flow, dude. You're in a little 4x4 cubicle with your dick in your hand, just fucking blowing. Yeah, dude, like trying to save money to come see me. Like, come on, dude. So it's crazy that but seriously though, it's like that this idea that now we're trying to refute that. You know, we want to rebuttal that. You know, with like, man, there is activity here. There is stuff happening. There is a scene here. There is a community, right? And then there's people who support and back that community to the point where, you know, we want other people to kind of like saw that wanted to come out here, not just for the scenic stuff, but maybe for skateboarding or whatever. So
100%, man.
Trying to,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Alaska definitely caught me off guard a bunch of times. Like, I mean, coming here and then like just seeing how green it was, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I didn't know like it was gonna be like Southeast was just gonna be this rainforest. Like, that's freaking crazy. I thought it was just gonna be more like just ice and tundra, but it's more musket.
couple igloos, you know.
You know, yeah, especially if you don't have
everyone, right? Not the only one. You know,
you have no, you know what I'm saying?
My mind, dude. I'm from Puerto Rico. Sorry.
No, it's like, you know, you see bald eagles out here, like, oh, okay, cool, that's the thing. But then when you actually get here, like, oh, this place is crazy.
Yeah,
these mountains
they're like
wild.
pigeons here.
Well, that's a great aspect about making skate videos here because, and I get commented on that all the time because I'm not a wildlife videographer, but you know, just from fucking skating around, you see eagles, you see bears, you see whales, you see fucking
deer,
everything.
Porcupines,
it's a fucking zoo out there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Moose and shit.
I got like every fucking animal you can think of in Alaska.
Actually, but we got some in Anchorage. Yes.
Yeah, but I said Anchorage. Yeah,
we got some in Anchorage for sure.
I did also think of another cool thing to bring up that typically skate videos take like a while to come out with, right? The first video I'd mentioned earlier that it took like 4 years of filming and then like a year of editing, so it was like a 5-year project. The first self-titled video.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Exactly.
It can't go like that.
Yeah.
But Voodoo, this last video that we're doing this tour for.
Thank you, COVID.
Yeah, that's.
Too soon?
I know what you mean.
Too soon.
I wasn't gonna word it like that, but yeah, honestly, because COVID fucking hit, we got out of work. You know, our bar shut down for like 2.5 months, just like everyone else in the whole world. Like the whole lockdown thing happened.
Right.
The city had no tourism. Everyone was in like their own little quarantine bubble. No one was working. All the businesses were closed. For us, it was like we were like the last ones fucking alive in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? We just literally skated like the entire time through those 2.5 months and so forth, even after like everything kind of started opening up as well. Yeah. You know, given the fact that there still wasn't any cruise ships, the whole like south side of downtown was like totally shut down. No one was kicking us out of spots.
Dude, the bears were taking over, dude.
Yo, that was
literally
crazy.
So much bear footage that summer,
there was some thick boys coming down, man.
Exactly.
Those bears, them bears was coming through.
Long story short, man, we got it like a full length video, 10 minutes longer than my first video long.
That's a lot of footage.
In 1 year. Like
Mostly 1 year.
like 90% in 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had gotten like 4 or 5 clips the summer before after our first premiere. That's about it. And then like everything else in the entire video was filmed just during COVID.
And I just want to put out there, because we keep talking about the video, if you want a copy of the video, anybody watching this, you can just Instagram VX.AK and send a direct message to Stu.
We will have a website up and running as well.
Coming soon.
All right, cool.
Coming very soon.
Which
we're planning on doing that after the tour.
Yeah, that makes sense.
full circle to talking about the extent of what it's grown into is that people not just from Juneau are asking about it or wanting to be a part of it, whether through supporting by buying merch or the video or this or that, but it's grown to that extent that like just naturally through its own fruition, it's developed to the point where it needs a website, it needs its own social and stuff. You know, it's like nothing that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was what we were
shit.
doing, but
Yeah, they want to. They need somewhere to go. So
well, they want to be a
interact,
part of
you
it. You know, they want to be a part of it. You know, and that I think social media plays a big aspect in that, and that's why people sit on their phones all day, is because they want to be a part of something that they're not a part of. That's why you look at all the travel instas or like all the hot chicks or the hot dudes or whatever. They want to be a part of something that just on their hand that can be aggressive. And so we're literally giving people a different taste of Alaska, not just with the
Alaskan
skateboarding.
skateboarder lifestyle.
Yeah, but even the scenery, you know, the beauty that Alaska has to offer. It's like,
Right.
man, like people just kind of like don't expect that. And we're bringing that not just through, you know, videography, but through skateboarding, a different outlet, you know? And so anybody can appreciate it. I think a lot more people are appreciating skateboarding nowadays.
Yeah.
Again, you know, back to the Olympics, this, that, a lot more people are appreciative of it where, I mean, I know when I was growing up, I'm sure when Stu was growing up, everybody was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Like, little punk kids, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, like, calm. Like, it's still like that. But I mean, but even just yesterday, we were going up the hill up on Juneau, and like, we went to go skate, and some dude's like, oh, what are you guys doing? And we were our automatic response was like, oh, no, we'll get out of here. He's like, no, what are you guys doing? We're like, oh, we're skating. We're filming for a new video project, you know, and we just did a premiere and da-da-da. He was like, oh, cool. Yeah, you guys can skate. No worries. And people have actually become more receptive to things,
really
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, federal buildings are...
Like he said, we were all kind of like, oh, it's cool, man. And
I
he was
didn't,
like,
I didn't even get out of the car.
No, it's cool.
I didn't even get out of the car because I was like, dude, we're going to get kicked out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in my car on Instagram. Oh, and like literally, all I hear is just like, no, it's cool. You guys can skate. Bob, meet Bob. And I was like, whoa.
Bob let Bob skate.
Yeah. but again, you know, it's just that receptiveness of it. It's like literally, it's grown, and not just like here in Juneau, but around the world. And so I think we're just making a point, you know, up here in Alaska, where like capital city, we're running a fucking game, dude. Like, and it's crazy because like people from all the other cities are just like, wow, you guys are from Juneau? We've never been. Nope, it's crazy. Nobody in Alaska has ever been to Juneau outside of Juneau.
Yeah,
like I meet them and they're just like, no, I've never been to Juneau, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy, but it makes sense, you know, because
everywhere.
Juneau, well,
So many skate spots.
There's some spots, yeah, but people just don't right to come out here is such a specific thing, that they have no need for it, and so now it's just like, damn, we want to come to Juneau now.
Yeah, now you gotta draw, and especially like you're talking about like in Alaska travel, you know,
dude.
so you got folks coming in, and then like
all the skaters over here were all like, oh man, I'm having such crazy deja vu because of your videos. Like all these spots are like, wow, it's like I've been here before.
Yeah, dude. You know, and that's what we're doing. And like,
sick.
it's not just people off a cruise ship. You know, we're bringing other people that are actually from here, but even if they're not from here, but are coming from a different aspect. And it's not just off a cruise ship with 15,000 people, and it's like, oh, cool, blah 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 blah. It's you know, it's more of a genuine wanting to come here, right? Like these people are like sodding this place that they're sought after.
Right.
We're literally through skateboarding, we're making Juneau a place to be sought out to come to.
Right.
And you know, like I honestly, dude, like I don't know, I don't have to make Miami a place for you to want to seek out. You're just gonna want to go. Like I didn't do anything about that, you know. But like,
that reputation already,
but through what Stu's doing, literally, he's making people want to come here. You know, like through this project, and that's I think that's very powerful.
it's like, oh shit. It's like,
well, I think that's a super powerful thing. I think it's very powerful to have, you know, and it's just I think it all comes down to having passion and drive and love for what you're doing, which what we're doing is very passionate love, and through that, and it intrinsically grew its own set of legs, and it's blossomed into this thing where it's become again its own entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people are seeking it out instead of us trying to force it down people.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of natural flow to everything just makes it just a part of everybody's universe just a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's epic, dude. I mean, like I said, this is the first video project I've worked on like this. I mean, I've been skateboarding for 20 years, and I've had clips and videos. And
Gabe's
I've
got his name on the back of a DVD case.
It's on the name. It's on the back of a DVD. I took a photo and I was like,
Damn, I must get that autograph.
nobody saw it. Nobody saw it, but I cried a little bit. Nobody saw it.
I was going to touch
Nobody saw
maybe just on one more thing that I could think of, just something to have to do with what we're trying to achieve, as well as making videos and just following our passion and our love for skating, and just bringing Alaskan skateboarding culture communities together is what I'm trying to say. I think we are going to start exploring the realm of apparel and fashion.
Yeah.
I've always been really into fashion, just personally, and I think that
Stu Daddy.
with a couple of friends that with like-minded views on clothing and style, and making quality wares that won't break on you and that are very well resourced. We're gonna try to make something like that happen in the very near future, and that's actually like the big reason why we're making a website, is because we want to start making really cool clothes.
Yeah.
And
Giving the people what they want.
yeah, people really want.
You know, you want this shit.
They're like, everyone wants a t-shirt and stuff, but it's like, I really want to make more than just t-shirts. You know, I really want to make, I'm not going to really give away too much, but we're going to make some really cool shit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you're giving folks some symbols of just like what it means to like be them or whatever, to be a part of Alaska. The part of Alaska nobody gets to see the skateboarding side of it. Mm-hmm. That was one thing about you when you said Yakutat, it like jogged my memory. First time I went to Yakutat, and it was like, oh yeah, like this is a like famous like surfing spot in the world. I'm like, what? Like, where is it a surf? And then I went out to the beach, and I'm like, oh, these waves are crazy.
It's on like the IPA.
And it's like freezing.
Man. But yeah, there's like literal icebergs just floating out there. And I'm like, that dude is surfing. And there's like an iceberg like 100 feet away from him. This is the wildest.
Getting chucked onto an iceberg, just like catching
Our homie Ryan Cortez, he's a VXAK rider.
Yeah.
He goes and surfs up there like quite often, actually.
Dude, that's crazy.
I think he does like some really cool stuff up there. Actually, he surfs with like youth up there and teaches them how to surf and all this really cool stuff.
Cortez is Puerto Rican like me, so surfing's in our blood. Well, in his blood. I'm surf.
Cortez is like...
He's like, oh, wait, hold up. I'm not even. Anyway, how big is Texas again?
It's like 12 times smaller than Alaska. Cortez is like,
we were like 16
of our
already.
team. He's like, no, I'm just doing it for the kids, man. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I was like, yo, we're bringing a squad to this podcast.
He's coming with us actually on the tour. Yeah, he's coming.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah. Again, see, like people just sorting out to want to come and be a part of what we're doing. Like, man, like even though he's already a part of it, like he probably wouldn't have normally come, but he sees like what's happening, and I was like, yeah, dude. Like, but he sees what's happening, and he sees like how big it's getting and how big it's going to be, and it's like, damn, I gotta fucking be there. So it's cool that people are like seeing it like that, and that we're able. Well, I guess not we, but Stu is able to create that, because I feel like that too. You know,
Gabe's my team manager, by the way.
Okay.
TM. Yeah, you want to get a hold of him.
He's the hype man, if you can't tell already.
Yes. Stu's always being kind of reserved and like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. It's like, yeah, you need to check out this shit. Buy that shit. Buy it. Spend that money.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And
He's like, it's fucking dope. Texas is 12 times smaller. I came here with
You
the
need
12
that though. You need that balance.
I know.
Yeah,
He's
right?
my other half.
I came with a 12 pack. I had the boys ready.
Sunglasses built in.
We're about to built-in sunnies, bro.
Oh man, these lights are bright, but they're not that bright, y'all.
Can we smoke weed in here? I'm just kidding.
No.
No, but no. I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, I'm super stoked to be a part of this, and just again, like I'm from Florida, moved to Alaska to work seasonal, and the fact that like I ended up living here. I'm an Alaska resident, and to be a part of this, I'd say like it's been something I've always wanted to be a part of, especially as a skateboarder for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And to get to Alaska for that to actually happen and become a thing for me. It's epic, and to be a part of Stu's vision, because at the end of the day, it's his vision, it's his eyes on the other end of the lens. You know,
I'm just trying to make these legends look cool.
Yeah,
that's all I'm trying to do.
What legends?
Y'all are doing it.
Everyone, all the skaters at the pyramid kept telling me,
wild,
like,
man.
Dude, thank you so much. Like, blah blah. The video turned out so cool. And I was like, dude, I was just fucking filming you guys being cool. You guys are the cool ones.
Shit. It's wild, man.
That's why my name's not in it.
Yo, but that's what it takes, man. Like
Instagram.
especially now with like social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like it's like if you have something unique or interesting that you can do, like it's just like boom. Mm-hmm. Like all you need is somebody to record it. Now everybody's got these.
Right.
You can at least start here and then build your way to this, and then build your way to this. Because I mean, we were having a conversation with my buddy the other day. Like I started with this little A6500 I spent $500 on, and it was A6000 that I started with like $500 on. Had a like shitty lens. Like my buddy let me borrow his mics, and then a year later, got another camera. And another year later, it just keeps building.
Just keeps happening.
Dude, you started with a borrowed camera. Was I going to take your line?
No. I was just going to say, I literally just bought like a fucking, I just dropped like $1,000 on a fisheye lens that was like, I've been wanting one for basically the entire time.
This is the original for the VX.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I don't have it on me right now, unfortunately, because I was just filming long lens just a second ago at the beach. But
crazy shit, though. Started first project on someone else's camera, not even his own setup. Started on someone else's setup. That didn't work out, and so we were left with nothing. Somehow, during COVID and not working, Stu managed to buy a camera, and then a little bit after that, buy another camera, and a little bit after that,
2 cameras.
Now we've got 2 cameras, and we're able to like double angle. Right,
two camera income.
Yeah,
well,
baby.
well, I don't know about dude. These cameras are way of a heavier income, dude.
Yo, this is
like some
that's the
heavy income,
process.
dude.
It's awesome.
Shout out to my credit score.
But same
Swipe
concept,
that
right?
card, dog.
Maybe you had to film a video before where there was just one camera shooting 2 people, and now you're able to do.
Oh yeah,
100%.
That's what it started. It was like
he
one
started
crap
with,
camera just
he started with someone else's camera, and now we're 2 cameras shooting
Right.
2.
I think a cool thing to touch on too is just the VX in general. The reason why, like the whole thing behind the name VXAK. Obviously, AK is Alaska, but this camera that we use, Gabe mentioned earlier, it's called the VX. It's from Sony. They came out with technically 4 models, and this is the last model they came out with in 2002 or 3, I want to say.
Oh wow!
And I actually use the camera honestly for the aesthetic quality that it puts out. Not only for that reason, but also just in skateboarding culture, it's a very well respected camera just in video making in skateboarding. Mm-hmm. It still uses mini DV tapes.
Wow.
It'll pop out hopefully.
Yeah.
Dude, this camera they made it for the Gulf War.
Yeah.
It was built for the Gulf War to be able to take like shell fire, literally.
And they're just so great. The microphone's right above the
audio is the best. Yeah.
Hold up the top mount. When this is like, say this is a fisheye and I'm filming you skate. It's literally like just the most ideal, perfect camera for skateboard filming.
You get the super low angle,
and it has a built-in long lens as well.
Yeah. It's all about the low.
Yeah,
low and up. Yeah.
You take the fisheye off, and like this is just a built-in long lens that I can do zoom stuff, and it's.
I'd say
it's
the
very
biggest
ideal, and it has that really nice, like, kind of gritty, but not too grainy.
Yeah, that's the perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
The audio though that I want to keep, I've said it like twice, but still the audio is probably one of the biggest things that actually skateboarders talk about with the VX is the audio, where you can actually hear the ground very clearly. You can hear the pop of the board.
Yeah.
You can almost hear the shoes sliding on the grip tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just again, dude. Dude, as skateboarders, we're out in the concrete every single day, slamming. That thing gets hit by boards. And so it's built for wars. This thing is built for wars,
yelling
dude.
at us, cops yelling at us, birds yelling at us.
Dude, it's a battle every day.
Skateboards yelling at us.
out there.
Going out to skate, it's a battle every single day, and so this thing is a battle camera. So it's just battle ready all the time. Stu's always battle ready. This is a fucking general right here.
We got ranks all of a sudden. No shit.
All right, shirts off. No, shirts for skin.
All right, before we get too naked, let's call it, man. This is some dope shit.
Yeah,
I like
dude.
what we doing.
Thanks for having us, man. Can I just give a shout out to a
Thank
few
you.
people? Literally,
Shout out everybody.
fucking Ryan Cortez, fucking Monty Nix, fucking Evan, Rain, fucking Hilson's videos, Sam, Will,
JG.
all the homies that came, JG, all the homies that came from Anchorage, all the Anchorage dudes, all the Fairbanks guys.
Shout out to Corey.
Corey, my dude.
Dude came down and busted his knee first day.
Oh
day,
yeah,
dude.
old boy with the
Clutch Daddy. Yeah.
Like the gnarliest rail in town and just fucking blew one of his ligaments like first day, man.
Gino Docks,
shout out
thanks
to
for
him.
letting us skate the docks.
Huge shout out to DAW Skateboards.
DAW Skateboards, totally.
You can see
Fourth
them
Coast
at
Outfitters,
DAW
never heard of it.
Skateboards on Instagram.
Yeah, everybody in the city of Juneau, city of Borough Juneau, who's like supported us, and honestly, especially the people who didn't support us, and we still got our clips. Thank you guys so much because they made that clip
Shout out to Logan Terry.
that much better. Logan T. Dottie, yeah, dude, fucking. But no, just honestly, that's the thing. There's so many people involved with this. It's not just like a handful of people. There's so many people directly or indirectly involved.
Yeah.
That we were just everybody. Thank you to everybody.
Shout out to Bart's and Blue and Gold.
And Blue and Gold coming up for the video premiere. Hopefully we can get this podcast out and circulating before the premiere so that we can really build up some hype for it. But I think the video itself is just built up enough hype. Stu's built up enough hype.
We're stoked on it, man. We're just having fun, just making dope videos, trying to make these guys look as cool as possible. That's my whole goal.
No, I get
And
you.
just
man.
have fun doing it.
That's how I feel, man. Anytime I have somebody in here, like that's why I try to get the lighting right and all the stuff, and make sure the mics are good. Like it's just like you know.
I definitely
100%.
am not on the side of the camera very often. This is
This is a first, dude.
Yeah.
You're
Do you want
doing
a
great, man.
shotgun? You want a shotgun, dude?
You did great.
Let's get this guy. Somebody get this guy a shotgun.
Beer.
I know. We have to make sure we're clear for
Shotgun
anybody
beer.
who's listening to this but not watching it.
Beer.
Seeing
In that
Case
full
of
circle, full circle, thank you to Steve Knight for hosting
thanks,
us here
Steve.
on this podcast and
Appreciate
just this
you.
time.
Yeah,
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much to help.
yeah,
VX.
Amanda's out there
Amanda's
doing
the
her
shit.
Yeah,
Amanda.
she's working the board right now. I'm very appreciative of her. So thank you.
Well, just thanks for putting us on the map and giving us, 30, 45 minutes to be able to kind of share what we're doing and what Stu's doing.
Yeah.
And also for
support is
filming
awesome.
the VXAK premiere. Fucking just thank you for
Can't wait to
super
see
stoked
that
on what
shit.
we're
Yeah,
doing.
it's gonna be fun, man.
And
Yeah, definitely.
just kind of thanks for helping to bring to light, with what we're doing because at the end of the day, it's all about exposure. And nowadays with everything that we, the access to phones, the exposure is so much easy. So it's easy. It's just as easy to say yes as it is to say no. So just thank you at the end of the day for, even still wanting to be a part of this and help sharing, light on this, on what's happening here and what Stu's doing. Because at the end of the day, it's pretty fucking rad, not just for skateboarding, because people would never expect this to come skate in Alaska, but just for Alaska in general, where we're kind of tying these two different entities and these two communities that, maybe not right now, it's not able, it's not easily seen, but give it a couple years and
Oh, yeah, man.
but this is the ground level. We're literally on the ground level and we're building the foundation.
1000%.
And I think what's going to come from this is just going to be like, exponential. It's going to be better than the cardboard castle.
Oh, that sounds super dope.
It'll be a concrete castle. Yeah. Oh wait, but real quick, can we get a shout out to the video premieres? Concrete Castle, DM VXAK on Instagram for Addy, and that's at what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Fairbanks, Alaska.
1st of June.
And then Blue and Gold
Skate shop.
on the 25th. Blue and Gold Skate Shop on the 25th in Anchorage.
Also at 7 p.m.
Also
Okay.
at 7 p.m. Both of which are going to have like almost 24 hours of daylight. So just fucking pull up. Don't be a bitch. Bring beer.
And if you can't make it to the premiere, come skate.
Bring
We'll be there.
Bring banquets.
Oh my god.
He's a banker boy.
Cool.
Thanks,
Yo,
everybody.
thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you guys
Thank you,
for showing
Steve.
up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cheers.
thanks y'all for rocking with this one, man. This is a lot of fun. We're gonna do this again.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Chad, you got all the info, so hit these guys up. Follow them on Instagram.
Third video on the way.
Third review on the way. Till next time.
Plus gear.
Yep. Night
Love
show.
you. I love you. I love you.
Dope.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah, man. That was so much fun.